We're live. Good morning, Celebration Center for Spiritual Living. It is so wonderful and delightful to see all of y'all. So many faces have joined just in the last 3 minutes that I have been trying to get Facebook Live going. They keep changing all their settings. So I look up and all of y'all are here, and it's so delightful to see everyone's faces. Hi, Brent. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Richard. It's so good to see all of y'all and everybody on Facebook Live and everybody watching later in the week. We are so happy that you are joining us. So we are physically located in Falls Church, Virginia, in the DC metro area. However, we are globally located here on technology and virtually and with one another, even throughout this pandemic and everything. So I'm so grateful that you are joining us no matter where you are joining us from. It is so wonderful to see everyone. And of course, happy Mother's Day to all of the mothers in our community. And happy Victory Day to really everyone, but especially to those of our friends from Russia and Europe. And Irina is going to be talking more about Victory Day when she joins us as our PRAC platform today, Irina Kurashevitz. So, and I will be talking more about Mother's Day in a little while, and I have a special honoring for all of the mothers that are here joining us today. So stay tuned for that. But first, before we get into all of that, I would love to say our vision together. And if you remember, we say our vision every week so that we are all headed in the same direction towards the same horizon together. So please stay muted and say along with me. We are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. Yes. And as I think about this idea of revolutionary love, I think about our vision, and we truly are celebrating the spirit that is within every single individual and knowing that we are one with all of humanity, every other person on this planet. And it is extra special today as we celebrate our mothers and that divine feminine energy. And now, without further ado, I'd like to welcome All Angles and Lynn Hollyfield for our opening song.
Okay, we're going to do a few things in a row here. So here we go.
Darkness cannot drive away darkness. Only light can do that. Hatred cannot drive away hatred. Only love can do that.
I am one with the heart of the mother.
I am one with the heart of love.
I am one with the heart of the Father.
I am one with God.
Ave Maria, Kyrie eleison.
I am one with the heart of the mother.
I am one with the heart of love.
I am one with the heart of the Father.
I am one with God.
Mother, I feel you under my feet.
Mother, I hear your heartbeat.
Mother, I feel you under my feet.
Mother, I feel your heartbeat.
Hey, 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 ho. Hey, 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 ho. Hey, 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 ho. Hey, 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 ho.
Mother, I feel you under my feet.
Mother, I hear your heartbeat.
Mother, I feel you under my feet.
Mother, I feel your heartbeat.
Hey 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 ho. Hey 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 ho. Hey 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 ho. Hey 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 ho.
That was beautiful. Thank y'all so much. What a incredible way to start off this beautiful day and this beautiful Mother's Day celebration. And now I would like to invite Irina Kurashevitz, our licensed practitioner, to bring us into this time with some reading and some prayer. Thank you so much, Irina.
Thank you, Reverend Chris, and thank you, all angels. So yeah, like Reverend Chris mentioned before, happy Mother's Day and happy Victory Day. Being Russian, being raised in that part of the world, this is the holiday of the year. We absolutely clearly understand that without that holiday, without that day when the Nazi Germany signed capitulation, we won't be alive, we won't be on this planet. I won't be. My father is a Jew, so there was no place in that world, according to Hitler, for me. And it was always a very festive and at the same time very sad day, because we remember those who gave their lives. And just to give you the idea what tragedy was it, the Soviet Union alone lost 27 million lives in that war. Just in 4 years, 27 million lives. If we would dedicate 1 minute of silence for every person who gave their life in that war, the world should be silent for more than 51 years. So that gives us an idea of the loss. And at the same time, what Jen's first piece was absolutely perfect, that only love can win, can conquer darkness. And I guess that's what happened when the world stood as one, in spite of the political differences, even between those who were allies at that time. The world won. And so I'm very happy to be here among you, and I'm happy to have this, so what we call peaceful skies above my head. And I would love to remind us that we're all practitioners, and that opening song was a perfect opening prayer, I would say. But there are some practitioners who are licensed practitioners within the organization Centers for Spiritual Living. And we are here to support community, to pray with community, to know the truth behind any circumstances. And I invite you to give us the chance to give us prayer requests, and it will be later told how to do that. There are several ways to do that. And we will absolutely love and be honored to pray with you and about the situation you want to change or you want to expand. Just don't limit yourself to what you want to expect, to what you want to change. Give us this chance and yourself to know that there is good, and it can be more of that good and fabulous things coming to your life. So with that, I would love to continue the topic of love that is in the air today from the founder of our philosophy, Ernest Holmes. He writes, "Love overcomes both hate and fear. However, love does not overcome hate and fear through controversy, argument, or force, but by a subtle power of transformation, transmutation, and sublimation. It is invisible in its essence, but apparent through its act. As light overcomes the darkness, as the presence of heat causes the coolness of a room to change until it is warm and comfortable, so the radiant action of love and peace dissipates fear, hate, and confusion. Love is the victor in every case. Love breaks down the iron bars of thought, shatters the wall of material belief, severs the chain of bondage which thought has imposed, and sets the captive free. And we just take this idea of love, which is so much more that probably I can imagine, that universal love. And I just breathe it in. And I know that life is, that God is, and God is life, and life is God. And love is the essence of God. God, peace, joy, abundance, prosperity, beauty, bliss. It is all that God is. And God is so much more than that. And this is just amazing thought, that love is all there is, that there is no place in the universe where there is no love. And God is equally present in every corner of the universe. It is present in every rock, in every plant, in every human, in everything that, it's beyond my comprehension. I just know it, that God is. And as I know that God is all there is, I know that I am one and inseparable from the divine. And I recognize my oneness with ease and joy, knowing that the universal love is within me, and I'm one with it. And from this oneness, I declare oneness for everyone in this Zoom room, in the center, in our community and beyond. I declare that God is one and all is one, and each and every one is a perfect, unique expression of the divine. And I'm so blessed to know and understand that. I'm so grateful to understand that this oneness is the diversity, the uniqueness. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. And from this blessing, I know that love prevails. Love is always a victor. Love is peace. Love is joy. Love is beauty. And love manifests itself in so many shapes and forms in everyone's lives. And I know that all the prayers are answered. In the perfect mind of God, in the perfect love of God, there is wholeness, there is peace, there is divine care, that kind mother's love. There is perfect relationship, as we also see love in relationship, in friendship. There is joy. There is abundance. As love is abundant in giving and receiving. And I'm so grateful to know that love is the essence of life, of the universe and beyond. I'm so grateful to know that God is. God is, even when I don't see God, I know that God is. When I have this question, why? I know that God is, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this philosophy. I'm grateful for this teaching, for the books, for the classes, for the community. I'm grateful. And from this deep, deep, deep gratitude, I release my words, knowing that they're already done in the perfect mind of God. And this is my job, just to let it be peaceful and easily, to surrender to what beats my heart. And I do it with great joy. And I celebrate God. And this is so. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Irina. And it's such an honor to have you here today to tell us the the importance of Victory Day, and also the special meaning for you growing up in Russia with this holiday, and also to feel the gratitude to know that my life would be different if that hadn't happened, because you wouldn't be in it. And how many more people do we not even realize would not be in our lives without this day, and without love overcoming in that time. So thank you for that reminder. And now I want to talk about mothers and Mother's Day just a little bit. So happy Mother's Day to everyone, because everyone has a mother of some sort. Even if you don't know your mother, even if your mother is gone, even if you have a strained relationship with your mother, if you have a great relationship with your mother, everybody has come to this earth via a mother in some way or another. And so this day is very special, and it also can be very emotional. And these emotions can be what we would deem positive or negative. It can bring up grief or sadness or anger or frustration. It can also bring up joy or longing or celebration. There's so many different emotions for this day. And I think we can hold all of them. I think we are a community that is strong enough to hold all of these emotions for one another. Another aspect of mothering and motherhood is that we all have that divine feminine, just like Jen said in the chat, that we are all mothers in our own way. You are correct. We all have that divine feminine energy. We all have that nurturing energy that in some way has shown up in our lives, even if it's just nurturing ourselves. But I would guess that in some way we have all nurtured somebody else in our lives, and that is that mother energy coming through. So first, I would love to honor all of the mothers that we have here in the room. So if you consider yourself a mother, and that does not necessarily mean that you had to birth your own child, but if you have mothered a child or mothered a person in any way that you consider yourself a mother, would you please raise your hand so we can honor you? Oh. Yes, keep your hands raised because I'm scrolling through to look at everybody. And if you are a grandmother in some sort of way, please raise your hand. Any grandmothers? No grandmothers in the room. No grandmothers with their cameras on, I should say. Well, I honor every mother and that mother energy. And we have a blessing that I would love for all of us to say together for all of the mothers in the room. So Ivor, and you can stay muted and say this with me or just listen, whatever you would prefer. We bless you today for the blessing you have given the world through this role of mother you have chosen. We honor the love, joy, sadness, heartache, times of laughter, and times of tears that being a mother has brought to your life. We recognize the powerful way that you have changed lives and made the world a better place through nurturing and loving children. We are so grateful for your presence in our community and for the deep love that you share with us. And so it is. And now, there are, along with that grief and sadness, there are a lot of ways that we can relate to this motherhood. And so I have prayers. They're called prayers. They're blessing prayers for various relationships to this role of mother that I'm going to read now. And feel free to just listen. Feel free to notice what touches your heart or what feels like it relates to you. And it could be all of them. It could be none of them. It could be some of them. So these are Mother's Day prayers. For those with good mother relationships, may you treasure the time and the relationship you have with your mother, the hard work and tears it's taken to keep that relationship good, and the joy that Mother's Day brings. For those who have lost mothers, may you feel the freedom to mourn your loss while remembering the good, the bad, and the missed opportunities. May you be surrounded by those who mourn with you and don't insist you put on a smile. For those who never had a mother, may you be supported by the divine feminine through chosen family and mother figures that can help fill the void. May you feel seen and heard and not expected to take on others' experiences of mothering as your own. For those with strained mother relationships, may you feel the freedom not to put on a happy face, to be honest yet honoring about your relationship with your mother. May you feel able to celebrate or not celebrate as you see fit. For mothers with strained child relationships, may you feel honored as a mother, even if the honor doesn't come from your children. May you allow your children the freedom not to celebrate or to celebrate from a distance. May you forgive yourself and your children for the strain. For mothers who have lost children, may your motherhood be honored even when it is not seen. May your mourning be comforted. May you allow yourself to hold all of the feelings this day holds with tenderness and love. May celebration of mothering children that are still alive not disregard the loss of those who are not. For those who long to be mothers, may you find peace in knowing that divine timing is unfolding through this time. May you have children in your life to nurture with love and joy, regardless of whether they are yours or not. May you be surrounded by those who can offer genuine support and not just cliche encouragements. For those who have chosen not to be mothers, may you feel respected in your choice to abstain and not treat it as less than. May you be honored as a woman and the nurture you bring to those in your life. For those who feel they missed their chance to be mothers, may you find comfort in your mourning. May you make peace with timing and biology. May your legacy live on in children whose lives you have touched. And for those who are mothers, may you feel loved, honored, and supported in whatever form of mother you are, biological, foster, adoptive, spiritual. May your children call you blessed. And so it is. And so I just breathe into that for just a minute. And I just invite each of us to fully allow whatever feelings this day brings, the joy and the celebration, and perhaps the sadness of their grief, and fully hold those feelings as we celebrate this Mother's Day together. And now I invite Lynn back for more music. Lynn, we cannot hear you, which is interesting. You are unmuted. Can other people hear her? Is it me? No. Perhaps something came unplugged. Ah, the joys of technology that bring us together from wherever we may be. No.
Switching out here.
Yep, now we can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna be just using, hope there's no wavering, but let me know. Here we go. So this speaks to the nurturing of a mother's love. A mother's love's a picture from the tapestry of life. The lessons and all the love, the hard times and the strife. She becomes one of your teachers, sharing wisdom from her days. Not to say that you must follow, 'cause you must find your way. She can see the beauty in you when you're blind to it. She reminds you of it and holds you till you sail out of the blues and into the sky. She doesn't need to ask why. She's just there and cares with a mother's love. She's ready with a helpful word, knows just when she should call. She's always there for you to lean on like a big old steady wall. She's with you when you're falling, and down there on the ground, she'll cradle you until you learn the lessons to be found. She can see the beauty in you when you're blind to it. She reminds you of it and holds you till you sail out of the blues and into the sky. She doesn't need to ask why. She's just there and cares with a mother's love. We come into this life from our very own mother. We carry part of her with us through the world. As we wander, we know there are others that play the role of mother. We're grateful for their time with us, for sharing a mother's love. Mothers speak a language from the heart so you can hear. You can sense her coming to you, her message loud and clear. She sees you when you're lost, the worry in your eyes. When you can't see through all the layers, she digs through the disguise. She's quick to know when something is going on with you. You'll miss her after she is gone and realize what she said was true. She can see the beauty in you when you're blind to it. She reminds you of it and holds you till you sail out of the blues and into the sky. She doesn't need to ask why. She's just there and cares with a mother's love.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you. So there's no more fitting topic on Mother's Day and really on Victory Day than this idea of revolutionary love. And that's what we're going to be talking about today, is revolutionary love. And y'all know me, I love to look up definitions of words, right? So I looked up all of the words. I looked up holy uprising, as well as revolutionary and love. And what I thought was interesting, Audra talked about rebellion, the idea of uprising being a rebellion. And I looked it up, and that is the number one definition of uprising is rebellion. But another definition is revolution. So I was like, oh, wait, revolutionary love. Let's look at that. So revolutionary is involving or causing a complete or dramatic change. Not super surprising, but when I think about it in relation to love, I think love is the thing that is being revolutionary, and it's causing a complete or dramatic change. And something that I even said in my video earlier this week is love that is so revolutionary and so profound that it changes who we are at our DNA level. That genetic coding is switched on or off because of this revolutionary love that is a part of our life. And so when I think about that in relation to this holy, holy uprising, which is our monthly theme this month, holy, W-H-O-L-L-Y, whole, like the whole thing, holy, to the full or entire extent, and to the exclusion of other things. And that was the definition that was interesting to me, because if I think of to the holy, H-O-L-Y, to the exclusion of other things, in an uprising, what I am reminded is that no matter what I have going on, no matter how I'm choosing to show up, no matter how I want to support this world becoming the world that works for everyone, I am doing it in a holy, holy way with revolutionary love only at the very center of who I am, and every single action that I take. That revolutionary love is the very core of everything that I've got going on. Holy, H-O-L-Y, is dedicated or consecrated to God, which we could open that word God up to include spirit, allness, oneness. So dedicated to oneness and sacred. So a holy, holy uprising is dedicated to oneness at the exclusion of separation, at the exclusion of this external world that we may look and see separation, or we may feel like we're different from that person over there. But we know, because we are uprising, our DNA is being shifted by love in such a way that I know, you know, we know the truth that there is only spirit, because we are participating in a holy, holy uprising, a holy, holy revolution of love. Yes, that is what I want to participate in. And so, as Audra was speaking last week about rebelling against that which is not love, what I think about is rebelling against those systems that are in place that are not built on that foundation of love, just like Lucian Baker talked about way back in January, and I keep going back to it in my mind, that all of the systems, all of the buildings of our society that are not built on love are crumbling away, so that we can build that foundation of revolutionary love that changes lives, that shifts DNA, that unlocks genes of health and wholeness, that is our divine birthright as that oneness of humanity showing up as the individualized expression of spirit. That is revolutionary love to me. That is what we are going for. And when I think about who, what archetype exhibits this revolutionary love the most, the archetype that comes to my mind is that mother archetype. It is that nurturing energy. And like I said, we all have that divine feminine flowing in and through us in a balance with the divine masculine. We all have all of it, because the infinite must exist in its totality at every point simultaneously, or it is not the infinite. That is a paraphrase of Thomas Troward. And so if I am the totality of oneness, if I am the totality of the infinite right here, then I must be the divine feminine. I must be the divine masculine. I must have that mothering energy within me. And that is true for each and every one of us. And there are so many examples of mothers who have exhibited this revolutionary love. And I know for myself that when my son was born, that there was a shift within me. And even before that, when my son was in my womb, that there was a shift in how I showed up and who I was. And in fact, I was 20 when I got pregnant, so I was very young, and I was single because his dad broke up with me right after I got pregnant. And so I went out dancing one night by myself. I was that kind of 20-year-old, and I was dancing and I was holding my belly and I was dancing with my son. That was the energy that I had my eyes closed and I was just dancing, and this guy came up to me and he's like, "Stop holding your stomach, it's weird looking." And I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm not dancing for you. I'm dancing for this life that I have within me." And something had shifted within me, even at 20, even out dancing, even still living my life before he came into the world in such a way that I didn't go out dancing anymore because I was at home, taking care of him. Something had shifted within me, and it was no longer about me or about the way that I looked out in the world, but it was about having this relationship. In December of 1995, Charlotta Evans left her 3-year-old son in the car and ran into her family's house to pick up her other children. And a gang drove by and shot the car 21 times and killed her 3-year-old son instantly. And there were three boys that were charged with this murder. 2 of them were 16 years old and 1 of them was 15 years old. And it was a gang initiation gone wrong. They had shot the wrong car. And the 15-year-old boy, his name was Raymond Johnson, and he began writing Charlotta from prison and telling her how sorry he was and what he was doing to make his life better and what a mistake he had made. And she was not really willing to listen at first, as you can probably imagine, as she was grieving the loss of her 3-year-old son who had died instantly in that day. And then he asked her, Raymond Johnson asked her, "Will you be my mother?" He had been living on the streets. He didn't have a mother. He didn't have any family. And she said yes. And she went to the prison through a pilot program called Restorative Justice. And I don't know what year it was, but it was somewhere in the late 90s, early 2000s. Restorative Justice was a pilot program that was being started in Colorado. And she went to the prison. In Colorado, they had a law that victims couldn't meet with the defendant. But this restorative justice program gave her a way to meet with him. And they sat for 8 hours together. And it began with prayer. And at the end of it, she grabbed his hands. And Raymond Johnson said at the end, she grabbed my hand and she said she wanted to touch the hands of the man responsible for taking her son's life. And later, when she was interviewed, what she said was, "I wanted to touch his hands so that it would be real to me that I forgave him." And she did. She completely forgave him. She forgave him so much so that she went on to become the president and founder of the Recreation Center Victim and Offender Mitigation Initiative. And she, along with another organization, goes into prisons and shares stories with inmates in a 14-week faith-based restorative justice curriculum. And her organization operates on the ethos that no child should be sentenced to die in prison. She had such mother love that she was able to move past this horrific incidents that had happened, and move into a place of being able to mother willingly the child that had committed this crime against her. And there's tons of interviews with this woman. She says, "We are all better than the worst thing we have done." And I thought about that. I don't want to be judged on the worst thing that I have done. It's not murder, but it's still not good. And I think that that's true for every single one of us. We don't want to be judged on the worst thing that we have done. And this mother energy, this revolutionary love is what makes that possible. Charlotta Evans says, "I can truly say I love the young man," meaning Raymond Johnson. "I love the young man and love him enough to take him as a son and care for him." And he is actually up for parole, I believe this year. And she is supporting him through this process. And what made it possible was this program of restorative justice. That is another thing that you can look up and learn a lot about. But basically, it is the idea, restorative justice says that there is a way for the person who committed the crime to make amends to the community. And it's not court ordered, it's not a judge saying, "Here's your punishment for this crime," but instead the community that the crime occurred in sits down as a whole with the victim, and they decide, what does justice look like in this situation on an individual case-by-case basis. And they are having miracles occur, miracles like this, where Charlotta Evans is able and willing to forgive the man who murdered her son and take him in as a son. That is revolutionary love. That is the love that I choose to show up in. And I don't always succeed. I look at stories like this and I look at how I yell at the person who honks at me when I don't go fast enough at a green light. That may or may not have happened yesterday, you know? And I think, am I showing up in revolutionary love? Am I operating from the best that I am able to operate from in every moment? Understanding and knowing that that means that my best shifts. It shifts from moment to moment. I'm not always operating from the best that I've ever operated from, but I can always choose to operate from my current level of best. And I can always choose to stop and ask myself, am I showing up in love? Am I choosing to allow love to change who I am at a DNA level, or am I allowing something else, whether it be fear or anger or whatever it is, am I allowing that to change who I am? And if the answer is anything other than love, I am able to stop and say, I choose love. I choose the revolutionary love that changes who I am at the core, because when I change who I am at the core, I am then able to change who society is and how we all show up for one another at our core. I have one more quick story for y'all. In 2012, Iran and Israel had been at war for 41 years. And their governments announced that they were going to continue to be at war. And Ronnie Idri and his wife, Michelle Tamir, said no. And Ronnie put up this poster. He posted this poster on social media. And he started a movement called Israel Loves Iran. That's good, Ivor, thank you. Israel Loves Iran. And within a week, there were over 7,000 other posters. You can post that other picture if you want. There were over 7,000 other posters that people had made with their own pictures saying, Iranians, we love you. These are all Israelites. Iranians, we love you. And it's turned into a global movement. In fact, Center for Spiritual Living Asheville participated in this movement in 2013. We created signs that said USA loves Iraq in 2013, and we all held them up and took pictures and posted them. This movement of Israel Loves Iran, and it turned into storytelling. It turned into them meeting one another on the internet in such a way that they had never been able to do before. And it changed people's thinking. And the Middle East is coming more into alignment with peace than it ever has before. And part of the reason for that is this movement. And what it says on the website for Israel Loves Iran is, never before in history did two people from two enemy states have the power to communicate in such a way. People from Iran who were brought up and taught to trample on the Israeli flag at school every morning wrote with tears in their eyes of how moved they were with this simple sentence: "We love you." Ecstatically, they answered back loud and clear, "We love you too." Years of hate propaganda on both sides were being stripped away, and people finally discovered the other side, not as enemies, but as people. This is revolutionary love. This is what is capable when we stop doing what we were taught to do and instead say, what would love do in this situation? How does love show up here? Ernest Holmes says, if we look at love long enough, we shall become lovely, for this is the way of love. God is love. If we gaze longingly at joy, it will make its home with us, and we shall enter its portals and be happy. If we seek the divine in humanity, we shall find it and be entertaining angels unawares. And that is what we are doing when we participate in revolutionary love, is entertaining angels unaware. Let's go to prayer. So I just breathe in that revolutionary love, knowing that that is the only energy that exists in this entire universe and the multiverse and beyond, is this love that has the potential and the ability to shape and shift the very essence of our world, the very essence of our planet. This revolutionary love that is so profound and so powerful that it can change our DNA, can unlock our genes. This love is the love that each and every one of us are made of. It is the love that each and every one of us can choose at every moment. It is the love that we each show up in and as and through, in everything that we do, in every decision that we make, in every action that we take. And I know and affirm that this community is a community that is built on a foundation of revolutionary love, that it is truly a beloved community that is willing to step up and step into the power of conversation and holding one another and being big enough and strong enough and powerful enough to move through every conversation, every hurt, every interaction with love and in love. I know this is true for each and every one of us here, and this is true for our entire society, for our country, and for the planet. And I am so grateful for this beloved community. I am so grateful for the revolutionary love that is created and spread from this place forward and out into the world. And I simply release my word. I let it go. I know it is done as I have spoken. And so it is. And now I invite Lynn back for another song.
Okay, this is a love song. This is called Lovin' You.
You setting out alone in search of a home for your heart. You checking off your list of everything you want for you. Love is never ending. Love knows no color or shame. Love is always there beside you. True love doesn't have a name. The past keeps tapping on your shoulder, hurt has hitched a ride too. Just stick 'em in your suitcase, and remember, it's what's made a sweeter you. Love knows no perfection. Love sees the truer side of you. Love knows no isolation. Love is seeking you. You can never see tomorrow, just the scattered pieces and missing parts. But you can be a believer that love can heal a broken heart. Love is ever mending. Love sews a golden thread. Love pulls pieces together. Love, love, love is all love says. You are never alone, in search of a home for your heart.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you so much. This is the time in our service for our prayers and our gifts. So first, our prayers. As Arena mentioned, practitioners, well, everyone, but licensed practitioners love to pray. That is what they do. They are prayer practitioners and they are really, really good at it. And so if you have a prayer request, if you have a gratitude, if you have something that you're wanting to create in your life or something that you want to uncreate in your life, please send in a prayer request. And there are a couple of different ways that you can do that. The first is via email at prayer@celebrationcenter.org. That those prayers go directly to Suzanne and myself, and they are only seen by the practitioners. They are held in absolute confidentiality. Or the other way is through the form on our website, celebrationcenter.org, and there it goes straight to Arena, who passes it on to our practitioners and myself as well. All of your prayer requests are held in confidentiality and love, and we are more than happy to pray with you. And now, before we get to our giving, I have more exciting things. So by show of hands, how many people have used Breeze to donate money? Okay, a few of y'all. So that is our new platform. If you haven't been here for a couple of weeks, it's called Breeze Church Management Software. And if you can go ahead and pull up the website, Ivor. So if you go to our website now, you will see that green give button, which when you click it, it's going to take you somewhere different than it has in the past. So go ahead and click it for me, Ivor. It's going to take you here. So if you've used this platform, this is our new Breeze platform. And please know that it's run through Stripe, which is a money management software and platform. So it is completely safe and confidential, just like PayPal. You don't have to worry about your money or anything like that. So today, what I want to show you, so this, Ivor showed you this a couple of times. This is how you give. But now we have this new exciting feature where you can have an account. So you are going to go down right there where Ivor is pointing to where it says create account and click on that. And then we can't see it. We can't see it. And it's going to pop up a pop-up window. And there we go. So it is going to ask you for your name and email address. So Ivor is going to put in his name and email address and hit continue. And it is probably, for most of y'all, going to say this. It is going to say success. Good news, we were able to find your profile and have emailed an invitation to create your user account to your email address. So then you are going to go to your email address. And it might go to your spam. It is possible that it, oh, nope. It might go to your spam, but it did not in his case. So you will click on Breeze Church Management, and it's going to say you're invited, and it's going to ask you to create your login. So you're going to click on that create your login button. And you are going to create a username and password of your choice, whatever you would like. And we'll not have Ivor do that at this exact moment so that y'all don't all see his password. But once you are able to do that, thank you, Ivor. You can go out of that. Once you are able to do that, you can go in, you can set up reoccurring payments. You can look at your reoccurring payments. You can make a payment or make a donation. You can also make payments for classes, for chanting, for drumming. You can make a tithe or a donation. You can look at your history of contributions. And this is actually, I'm pretty sure that I have it turned on. And if I don't, I can turn it on. A history of your contributions in Servant Keeper as well, which was the program we were using before. So you can see your historical information from years ago. You can also see your pledge and where you are in your pledge for the year, what percentage you've completed of that. You can update your own address and phone number and email to make sure that we have all of the information. You can change your name if your name changes, all of the good stuff. It's so exciting. It is so exciting, y'all. I was up till midnight, 2 nights last week, just playing on Breeze because I am that excited about this platform. So please go in and create your accounts. I am available if you have any questions, if it's not working for you, anything like that. If it doesn't say success, we found you, it will still have you create an account. And then if you already exist in Servant Keeper and it didn't line up, I can link you on the back end. I will get that information, or I can help you link yourself, whichever one works for you. But I'm in there all the time supporting and making sure that everything is working out for y'all. I'm so excited about this platform. If you have any questions about giving or setting up your account, please feel free to contact me. So with all of that being said, I would love for us to just, take all of your love and all of your gifts and tithes and your energy and your time and your talents and just metaphorically wrap it all up in your arms and bring it to your heart. And because we are so, so grateful for the gift of who you are in this community and all of the gifts that you bring. And I invite you to say our offertory affirmation together with me. I open my heart to give and receive the blessings that our spirits promise to me. As I do, the entire universe conspires to give me an abundant life, and I open to accept it. And so it is. And now we welcome back to all angles and Lynn.
These are the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive?
These are the gifts of the goddess, love, joy, and peace. The gifts of the goddess, are you ready to receive?
Love, are you ready? Joy, are you ready? Peace, are you ready?
Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive?
Thank you so much. And Arena, would you like to bless the prayers and the gifts?
Sure, Reverend Chris. What a blessing this service is. And I know that the service doesn't stop when we switch off our Zoom. It just flows with us and through us. And I know that all the prayer requests that already sent, thought, written, they're answered in the perfect mind of God. I know that they're fulfilled, achieved, manifested, and it's all good and it's all God. And I know that the truth is being revealed. Healing, peace, love, abundance, perfect relationship, love, beauty. It's all answered within God. And I know that this name, Breeze, what a beautiful name for the financial system. I know that it absolutely works, and it's easy breezy, and it works to, and it works as a part of a law of circulation, as this community gives and receives easily and effortlessly through Breeze or through some other ways. I know that financial abundance is the essence of the Celebration Center. It is an important part of it. And I know generosity of everyone here, generosity of financial support, of service, of love, of support. And I know that the energy that we call money flows through each and every one of us, through the Celebration Center, and shifts the world, makes it brighter, makes it more interesting, more aware, with more classes, with services, with some other activities we do. And it is just one, and I celebrate it in deep gratitude, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Irina. And now Michael Zawadzki is going to share some announcements with us.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, beloved community. It's such an honor to be with you here on such a glorious day, a glorious day to celebrate the love of our mothers. So thank you. I'm honored to be here and giving the announcements. Announcements. Well, one of the big things is that Reverend Chris has got another new course lined up for us, and it's called Falling in Love. Wow. Falling in love with you, or with me. I don't know. With you, I think. There it is. There it is right there. Fridays. It's going to start on June the 4th through July 2nd, 5:30 to 8:30 in the evening. A 5-week dive into the magnificence, brilliance, beauty, and truth of who you are, the authentic self. So we're going to be excited to do that. So the information is on the website, so sign up. Make sure you do that. Recurring events. Have we got any recurring events, guys? Iva, could you show that, please? Wonderful. There we go. All right. Well, Mondays we've always got gentle yoga with Jen. She's also got that on Wednesday. Every morning we've got the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. We've got the morning check-in with Reverend Laurie and Iva. Let's see what else we've got. Thursday, every day of the week. Thursday, choir rehearsal with Lynn in the evening, 7:30 to 8:30. And then Saturday, we've got chanting in the morning, 9 o'clock. And then and then Brent has got drumming lined up in Roundtree Park. And that's going to be on next Saturday too, the 15th. So a full order for everybody right there. Something for everybody, I guess, right? That's wonderful. All right. Well, that was short and sweet. And again, happy Mother's Day to everybody. Thank you so much. Many blessings.
Thank you so much, Michael. And I want to talk just another quick second about my class. So I'm super excited about this class. I am developing it from scratch. It is going to be Rev Chris curriculum. And we are going to be diving into all different types of ways to get to know ourselves. So we're going to be talking about the 5 love languages. We're going to be talking about Enneagram. We're going to be we're going to be doing the values process that we did when I was candidating back last year. We're going to do that again in a slightly different way. And then we're going to use that process to dive deeper into ourselves, to create a mission, a vision, and a purpose for each of ourselves individually. We're going to be doing all kinds of really, really cool stuff. I am a firm believer that the more that we can know ourselves, the more that we can understand the way that we decide, make decisions, and move through the world. And the more that we're able to do that consciously, the more that we can make decisions that are actually in alignment with who we are and our values and how we show up in the world. So really excited about this class. It's $199. It is 3 hours per class. I don't know if y'all noticed that, but I'm sure people who have taken classes with me so far can attest. I do give breaks and I am gentle about it. So it will be 3 hours, but it will be full of great information, and there will be a break and plenty of spaciousness. So it won't be hard to sit for that long. We won't sit for that long. We will have breaks. So I'm really looking forward to it. Of course, there are scholarships available. Please contact me if that interests you. And we're setting it all up. It's in Zoom. So when you go in and register, it brings you straight to the payment page, and it all links into your account in Breeze, because Breeze rocks. So Zoom rocks too, but Breeze super rocks. So I'm super excited about it, and I'm looking forward to all of y'all joining me. And now we have a closing song.
Righty. Okay. So I put the words in the chat. I've sang this before. I hope maybe you'll sing along with me. The chorus is pretty easy. So here we go. This is called The Road of Love. Living in love, the way is clear when we show our love on this journey here. Light braces away, breaks the clouds and the haze. The path is clear on the road of love. Lesson of love, no room for fear. When we act from love, our strength is near. Light blesses away as we move through our days. Our thoughts are clear on the road of love, on the road of love, on the road of love, on the road of love. We're not alone on the road of love. We're never lost on the road of love, we're home. Learning in love mends the holes, colorful threads making us whole. We're like stars in the night as we share our light. Our mind is clear on the road of love, on the road of love, on the road of love, on the road of love. We're not alone on the road of love. We're never lost on the road of love, we're home. As we go along on this winding trail, holding all we've known, God never fails. No borders in sight, our heart shines a light. Fear chose the way on the road of love, on the road of love, on the road of love, on the road of love. We're not alone on the road of love. We're never lost on the road of love, we're home. On the road of love, we're home. On the road of love, we're home.
Thank you, Lynn. I love that song. And so I just send us out into this blessed Mother's Day, knowing that we are each choosing to show up in nurturing revolutionary love and to nurture that mothering energy, that divine feminine that exists in all of us, and also to celebrate Mother in whatever way works for us on this day. And I send us all blessings as we say bye to Facebook. And also, I want to let Facebook know, if you're watching right now on Facebook Live, that we are going to be talking about mothers and revolutionary love in our community chat in about 7 minutes after our break. So feel free, the link is in the comment section on Facebook. Feel free to join us for our community Zoom time after this and introduce yourselves and meet the community. So bye, Facebook.